on that beat.
Hey, hey, hey. 5 a.m. in the parking lot.
Still on his feet at the 20, 10, 5. No one stopping him. Touchdown.
Welcome back to this week's Westfield Sports Show. We're your hosts, Callie and Adrian.
This week's athletes of the week are Drew Law and Micah Webster. Great job representing our school and its athletics. It has been a crazy and busy week of athletics, so we have a lot to talk about. Starting off the show, we are talking Westfield football as they took the win in the two-part game.
The Rocks stayed undefeated as they beat Zionsville 28-10. They improved their record to 3-0.
What a game for the Rocks on both sides of the ball. Deacon King had 70 rushing yards and Micah Webster had 61 rushing yards.
The run game worked for the Rocks, and it was the primary play call, but Parker Knott and Brock Parker were the main wide receiver targets. Brock Parker had 21 yards and 1 touchdown, and Parker Knott had 55 receiving yards and some big explosive plays.
Micah Webster and Drew Law walked away with an interception to stop Zionsville offense in transition. Keegan Krupp had a total of 10 tackles and 2.5 for loss.
Moving on to this week, they played Noblesville at Noblesville. Noblesville is 2-1, losing to Fishers by 3 points, 14-17.
Noblesville is a very run-heavy offense, and the leading team is Brody Gump. He averages about 141 rushing yards a game. Westfield defense have struggled with the run game, but have improved each game stopping the run.
Yeah, I agree. Lennox William is, I believe, going to be the guy to stop Gump. He had big tackles against Zionsville, and I expect the same thing. Adrian, thoughts and predictions about this game?
Noblesville has always been one of my favorite teams to go against, one of my favorite rivalries, and I feel like our team has been so good this year, just looking at all of the key players we have. Drew Law, Micah Webster, Gabe, Alex, Carson. We just have so many. I could keep going on, and I just feel like all of those players that we have going against, a team that isn't ranked as high as ours with not as many key players, I feel like it's just going to be a dominating game again this year.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, it's going to be Westfield stops Noblesville run game, and if they'll walk away with a win. Something I don't think we have mentioned is our QB Max Miller being able to run. So a QB spy will be needed to make sure that doesn't happen.
Moving on to girls varsity golf, they took the win at Battlegrounds Golf Course for the Bronco Invite. Their overall score was 308. In the top 10 was Addie Coy with second place. Kelsey tied for 5th, and Sophia Rains tied for 7th.
Boys cross country finished 3rd at the Harrison Invitational. All 9 varsity competitors ran new career best. Owen Muller led the way with 18th place with a time of 16:10. Ty Kiner joined them in the top 25 with the best time of 16:23. They compete at Wildcat Invite this Saturday.
Girls cross country competed at the Marion Cross Country Invitational. Liz Lazier got the Rocks started with the 5th place finish and a new PR of 18:08. They compete at the Ben Davis Invite on Saturday. Also, girls soccer got the win on Saturday at Pendleton 3-0. Abby Folk, Reese Sargent, and Kate Mallon scored for the Rocks.
High school boys tennis defeated Bar Reeve 4-1 over the weekend. Back in action versus Noblesville at Noblesville on Tuesday, then Fishers on Thursday at home.
The varsity volleyball team improved to 9-3 on Thursday with a big win against the Zionsville Eagles. Carson Comer had a killer game with 17 kills and a team-high 8 blocks. They hosted Guerin on Tuesday. Score listed above.
Boys soccer defeated Brebeuf last week 2-0. Caden Cross and Hunter Smith punched the goals in to get the win. They compete against Noblesville on Tuesday, the 10th. Then on Saturday, they travel to play Pendleton Heights.
Unified Sports, Unified Bocce Ball competes at Lawrence Central on Monday. Then Unified Flag Football travels to Brownsburg on Wednesday, their first away game.
Moving on to national sports, there were a lot of good games and disappointing games. A big one was a blowout of Texas versus Michigan. Quinn Ewers looked so good against the Michigan defense, it wasn't even a tough game. Then NIU took down number 5 Notre Dame at Notre Dame. I don't even want to talk about that game. Notre Dame just couldn't get anything going, and when they did, they either got a penalty or blocked field goal. The Duke transfer, Riley Leonard, just didn't look like himself, throwing up footballs and it getting intercepted.
Absolutely. I don't really watch too much college ball, but I was very interested in my Dolphins versus Jags game that got so close, and it was a tie in the middle, and it was 4th quarter. They were tied. 6 seconds left, I think, and I was just watching on my phone because I was at Barnes & Noble, doing other things. And we did end up pulling out the win, but I was very disappointed because we shouldn't have been that close in the first place. But it was very interesting. I was excited to see that Tyreek Hill was playing after watching that little arrest scandal before the game. It was very interesting to me. But I know a lot of people went to the Colts game that same day. What are your thoughts about the Colts game?
Oh gosh, the Colts tried to get the win over the Texans but fell short in the end, 29-27. It wasn't much, as the Texans have a really good play potential as they look good out there. They made the Colts defense look bad. And then we're talking Miami. They got the win late versus the Jaguars, 20-17. Big thanks to Tyreek Hill's 80-yard touchdown and the little celebration about what happened this morning.
Yes.
And then Jason Sanders, by the time it was expiring, kicked a 52-yard field goal.
Indeed. I love my Dolphins, and I was very happy to see them pull out a win there.
And today I'm going to talk about what the Pacers did last season, what they're going to do this season, and how they're going to get there.
Backward. 6 seconds to go. Crosses over on Beverly.
The Indiana Pacers started the year with the #1 offense in the NBA. Later, they dropped to #2, but this historic level offense was able to bring them to 47-35, beating most people's expectations. When they got to the playoffs, they went on a miracle run against the New York Knicks to go to the Eastern Conference Final. Now, they did get bounced out in 4, but this is way ahead of schedule. This season, some project them to go 49-33, according to Clutch Points. Others, such as some on Bleacher Report, believe 46-36. Now, this drop of a game would be unfortunate, but I think we still have a shot beyond that. Not re-signing Jalen Smith and picking up James Wiseman is a great start, and Andrew Nembhard getting re-signed is going to help for seasons to come. But we're going to have to start thinking about things during the season. One thing that's going to definitely have to happen is we're going to have to keep Tyrese Halliburton happy and healthy. Staying on the tangent of staying healthy, we need the whole team to stay healthy. Last year, Benedict Mathurin getting hurt was a big blow to the team, and we can see that injuries with an older Pascal Siakam could become a real problem. We also need to see Jarace Walker get more minutes, something that he hasn't been given yet. I think this will come as Rick Carlisle is known to not give his rookies minutes, but we'll have to see.
The full schedule of Westside Athletics is posted on the screen, or you can check it out on the Rocks Athletics social media or website.
That's all for today.
Stay humble and go Rocks.